Hello friends, welcome to MSCR Things. This video is a part of a series of videos under the title SQL for Beginners. This playlist is available in our channel. You can check that out. In our previous video, we have discussed about how to create a database in a SQL. Database is nothing but a organized collection of data. So that is what we have learned, how to create a database. In this video, we will be learning about what is a table and how do we create tables. A table is nothing but it stores a data in the form of rows and columns. In the language of SQL, we call rows as tuples and the columns as attributes. So now let's check how do we create tables. I'll tell you two ways to create a table, but before creating table there is one important thing you need to know, that is where you are creating a table. As I said, tables are created inside database, agreed, but while you are running a query of creating a table, you should be aware of in which database you are creating a table, because there is no point in creating a table in database A and you search for the same table in database B, you won't find it. So that is why we should be aware of creating a table and noticing in which database we are creating the table. Alright, coming to the point, see, we'll have to expand this database. Once you expand this database, you will find all the databases present. I'll just click on refresh. See, there is one database, MSCR. Now I'll expand this database and there is folder called tables. I'll expand this and I'll hit on refresh. I don't find any tables over here in this database. Let me check if I have any tables or not. So how to check if there are any tables present in my database or not? The query is select star from sys.tables. Wait a minute. Now if I run this command, tell me what is the output will I get? Will I get the list of tables, or will I get the list of tables from master database, or will I get the list of tables from MSCR database? Just pause this video and just analyze yourself. If I am going to execute this command, what is the output which I'm going to get? Yes, the output which I'm going to get is I'll be getting a list of all the tables which are present in master database. Why is that? Because I am running this query inside this database, so I'll get the output from this database. But I am in search of tables which are present in MSCR database. For that, I will have to change this to MSCR and then I'll have to run this command. See, right now this query has been executed in the MSCR database, and since there are no tables present in the MSCR database, so we haven't got the output. So let's create a table now. Expand MSCR database. We will find tables. Right click on tables and click on new and go to table. Now this is how we create a table in graphical user interface GUI method. Now it is asking name of column number 1. Say I'll say this as role. Then data type of role, I'll put it as integer. Roll number as an integer. Then I'll talk about allow nulls in a minute. Then second column will be name, and the data type will be variable character 50. Varchar is variable character 50. That means it will allow up to 50 letters present inside. I mean, the name will take the values up to 50 letters. Then third column name, I would like to give it as age. Age is a number, so I give it as an integer. Done. Now coming to this allow nulls. Allow nulls means you can skip that. It is not needed to fill. Similar to as in we have in Google form, we have something called mandatory field, and then we can have another field called as optional. Wherever there is a mandatory question, you will have to answer it, otherwise you cannot proceed in the Google form. In the similar way, allow nulls is you can leave it blank. If you check this, if you are unchecking this, it is a mandatory to fill that column. So roll number is mandatory, everyone should have a roll number, and everyone will be having a name. Age, not everyone would like to disclose it, so I'll keep this as an optional. This is not mandatory. If they want, they can leave. That is meaning they can allow null values in the age field. Now once you have typed this, just click on Ctrl S save, or then you can go to here and click on save table. Now you'll need to give the name of the table. Make sure no space is there in the table name. So I'm going to name this table as class. Click on OK. Done. There is no error. That means a table has created with the name class in the database MSCR. Now let me check that. So this is the MSCR database. So I couldn't find the table which has created on the name class. Here is the list of tables, right? But I couldn't find the table name class. For that, I'll have to click on this, right click and refresh to get it updated. See, this is the symbol of the table and this is the name of the table, class. Now back to the query. Before, when I ran this query, I haven't got any outputs because there was no table existing in the MSCR database. Now let me run this command again and check. See, I have got an output named class. That means there exists one table with the name class. So in this video we have learned how to create a table in graphical method, or like user interface method. Now let's create a table with a code. Now it is pretty simple. Create table and then table name. What is the name of the table you would like to give? Suppose I would like to give the name of the table as food menu. Then hit enter. Then hit open bracket. Then leave 2 to 3 lines of space and then close the bracket. Now why I said to leave the spaces? This is where you need to type your name of the columns in the space between the open bracket and close bracket. So my first column name would be item. This is the column name, and then the data type of this item will be varchar of 20. Comma. Next column name would be the say cost, cost, and cost can be data type, maybe integer or money, anything we can keep. I'll keep this as int for now. Okay, now I just want 2 columns in my table, that's it. I just want to create a small sample table for you. So yeah, so the remaining space you can remove it off, just that the code looks small. Create table name, then inside the brackets you give the column name and the data type of the column you give separated by commas. For the last column you need not give commas. Now this is a simple table. So we had an option to allow nulls and not allow nulls while creating in the before. So here also, if you don't want it to be a null, means it's a mandatory field. If you like to keep it as a mandatory field, you can type here not null. So not null means it is a mandatory field. So this is how we create a table. Now let's run this table, and this table will be saved under the database MSCR. So function F5 done. Table has been successfully created with the name food menu. Now let's check select star from, I'm running the previous command again, function F5. See, I've got two records now. One is class table and the other one is food menu table. But if you see in the left hand side in the object explorer, I have only one table. So I need to refresh this so that it gets updated. See, I got two tables now. One is class, the other is food menu. So this is the both the ways how we can create a table inside a database with the help of SQL. Thank you. If you like this video and if you're gaining some knowledge with this, please do hit like and subscribe. It would help me motivate. Thank you.